Yeah. Yeah, what's up, y'all? I just want to holler at my young dudes for a minute. Look, what I want y'all to understand, man, is that you don't have to follow behind what is popular among your peers or what's popular in culture. You know, you can be a leader, you can be a pioneer, you can create your own coolness, you can be yourself, you can be an individual, you can do your own flexing on what you designate as cool, based on what you've learned, based on what you know is right, based on what you know is in your best interest to get you to where you want to be in life. You know, things that will help you fulfill your goals. You know, you don't have to follow behind what everyone else see as the latest trend. You can be the trendsetter. That's all up to you. You know, if you have that confidence about yourself, you got that creativity. Your style is the style. It's all in your mind. You create the perception. You create the illusion and let other people gravitate toward what it is you present to them. You don't have to follow what everybody else says is cool. You make you cool. You know, that's what it is. And that goes from clothing you wear to accessories with the clothing and even the things that you do. Which also means that you don't have to be a drug dealer because everybody think it's cool, because you see that in entertainment, you know, see it in the movies and let's hear it on the radio. You know, the two things don't go together when you're looking at what you actually want for your future and what you do in the meantime because it's cool. When they clash, you know, you got to really think about that. Because if you go down this certain path, and if anything happens while going down this path, it's going to mess up your long-term goals, you know, what you want to accomplish later on in life. You got serious decisions that you need to make. So when you look at it that way, it's easy to see why it makes more sense to resist following behind what other people do just because they think it's cool. They think it's cool because of the way it's portrayed by people who have already made it, you know, or have already destroyed their lives. Talking about people, you know, destroy their lives in the sense of the word. I shouldn't say destroy their lives, but have already created serious challenge for themselves, you know. And some people, of course, have gotten older, more mature, seen mistakes and decided to change. But now they got to go through dealing with the consequences of having gone down that path and trying to find somebody to give them an opportunity to turn it around. So you're in a position to, thank you, man. You are in the position to avoid going down that path and making better choices. And making them choices with what you want for your future in mind from the beginning, so that instead of figuring out how to overcome challenges and hoping someone will give you a second chance, you can be that person who starts from the beginning on an even playing field, doing the things that's going to help you get to where you want to be. So, you know, what are some of those things that can work against you? Well, generally speaking, like we said, anything that's going to contradict your long-term goals. So when you talk about getting in trouble, when you talk about dropping out of school, all that can work against you, obviously. So the things you want to avoid, when you talk about becoming a dad at a young age, even before you're earning an honest living, you know, with a job or whatever, how you going to support that child? And then you already got a relationship set in stone that you're having to deal with. Now, what happens when you meet your dream wife and she can't deal with it? You see? Or what happens if whatever the things that you've done, by the time you meet your dream wife, she don't want to be dealing with that. So maybe you will keep meeting that person that you would want to marry, but it just never works out because of your past. You know, that's all these are things that you got to keep in mind when you encounter people that's going to present you with certain choices that you need to make. Hey man, I got this great deal on some drugs that we can cop and sell, or even when you're talking about, hey man, let's get drunk, let's get high. There's a truckload of girls waiting on us to pick them up. You might not get to where you're going if you're drunk and high. And then the things that y'all gonna get involved in, drunk and high, once you pick them up, you might end up with a couple kids, you might end up with a child, you might end up with a disease. Or you might just end up with a deranged lunatic. You know. But you know, nobody at the end of the day, these are choices that you will have to make. All I can do is give you a little advice, but more so try to help you to look at the big picture so that when you make these decisions, you will have a better understanding of the potential outcome from these decisions, you know, in hopes that you will make the best decisions for what it is that you want for yourself in the future. And one of the things that I don't think is put in front of y'all enough is how you do have unlimited potential for the future. I don't care what situation you're in. I don't care what the background is. I don't care what type of environment you came from. I mean, it's true that it may place you at a certain disadvantage for a starting point, but it's also true that you can overcome all of these obstacles. Sometimes it'll take longer for you to overcome than other people because, of course, if you're starting at a different point, then you got different things that you need to overcome, different challenges and everything. But everything is doable. It's just that the process you have to go through to get to where you want to be might be a little long, might take a little more work, you know. But that's how life is. Life is not fair necessarily. That's just how it is. We all got different areas in which we got to deal with issues that may not really be deserving of us. But you can't control that. You can't dwell on that. You can't sit there and feel sorry for yourself for having to come from a disadvantaged situation. You just got to deal with what you got to deal with and work through it. And, you know, to be honest with you, at the end of the day, after having gone through that process and maintaining your sanity, you are in a lot better shape than a lot of other people who never had to go through that process. That, you know, that's not saying anything negative or positive about any particular group, but that's just a reality. That's just a condition of reality. Because going through these things forces you to mature. It forces your mind to be challenged, and you have to work through these setbacks and everything. So that just forces a certain level of maturity, a certain level of creativity, a certain level of discipline, and, you know, perseverance, determination, ambition. All of these characteristics are developed. That's what maturity is all about. So you can see how at the end of the day, having gone through all this really is going to put you at it. What you see now as a disadvantage actually puts you in a better place when it's all said and done, because you have came from an organic place at the bottom of that pyramid, and you built a solid foundation on which to build, having thorough knowledge and understanding of how to climb, you know, and therefore it's easier for you to keep from falling. Now, a person who has never been there and done that, it's much easier for them to fall. You see what I'm saying? So don't worry about your past. Don't worry about your background, whether it's just with you, your immediate family, or your entire family. Don't worry about that. Other people, you may hear other people put the family down or talk bad about the scenario that's going on. Don't worry about that. See, other people don't have the vision that you and I have. Other people don't understand the potential. Other people don't look at it the same way. Some people may feel like others in society who are not doing as well as them or don't come from the same background are less of a value. That's not true. That's far from true. Everyone is of equal value. All comes from up in here. The value beyond that comes from your mindset and the way that you think. That will generate the value that you are at a deeper level than the worldly level. That determines your value in a spiritual sense, which plays out in everything that you do. It plays out in your ability to succeed. It plays out in your ability to form strong, healthy relationships. It plays out in, like I said, every significant thing that you do. It plays out in your ability to overcome. You see? So don't worry about man's way of valuing you or others. Forget about that. Like, again, it goes back to what I was first talking about. Not trying to conform to what people perceive as being cool or worrying about being a follower. You use your mind, your heart, to be the person that acts in a certain way that's dictated by who you are. Forget about it, man. But basically what I'm saying is, you the man, don't forget it. You the man, and don't forget it. You the man, and don't forget it. You will be what you want to be, as long as you're willing to put forth the time and effort and be determined enough to know that it's going to take discipline. Know that it's going to take hard work. Know that sometimes you may not see that you're making traction. You may not feel that you're gaining any grounds, but just like when you go to the gym, you don't necessarily immediately see the results of working out. But if you're doing it every day, I guarantee you're going to get stronger. I'm guaranteed that at certain stages you're going to gain in size, you know. And as you do this now, you maintain the work but you gain more knowledge in the process, so you'll learn other things that you need to do in order for that progress to be seen, in order for in order to allow other people to visualize the results of all that hard work and effort, you know. And that's just what it is, man. You live and learn. You live and learn. And the thing about life is you pay your dues. You pay your dues. You pay your dues. Everybody got to pay their dues. You either pay your dues now or you pay your dues later. You can be focused and get it done, get it in there, and get, you know, the core of it done, and then you just build it onto it. Or you can do things or get involved in situations, get involved with people even that keep you from being able to focus, which means that you will not pay your dues or core of your dues up front. It's all spread out, and it take you forever to get to where you want to be. That's when you follow behind trends, follow behind others. That's when you worry about superficial things. That's when you got to feel like you got to spend all your money for the rims, for the hot car. That's when you worry about that you got to impress all of the hot ladies. You know, all these things are a distraction, and then it causes you to lose focus. You know, and then you never can really get to where you want to be, where you sit back, kick back, relax, taking it as it comes, and all these things gravitate towards you because of your mentality, your mindset, and the recognition of your potential, your value, your true value to society. See, when you are focusing on just paying your dues and getting it done, then all other things gravitate towards you. You're not chasing it. You see what I'm saying? So you got more time to actually live and enjoy life, you know, as opposed to existing. A lot of people just exist today. You know why? Because their mind is focused on the wrong aspect of life. They're trying to fit into what the people, to what the people see as being cool, hip, popular. You know, they're trying to conform to the standards of others. They're just basically being a follower. They're being led. They're not being trendsetters. They're not being individuals. They're not being leaders. They're not being what you will be. You're going to be somebody that you know what it is you need to do. You know where you want to go, so you know what you need to do because you know what's going to keep you from getting there. You know what can help you to get there, and that's what you're going to focus on. And by doing that, you're going to get to where you need to be quicker. By doing that, you also have an aura around you. By doing that, people see that value that you have, and they gravitate towards you. By default, everything else gravitates towards you. So that's it. As simple as that, really. You see, a lot of us adults, man. I mean, I did it for a long time, and there's something you continuously work on. I can't say I'm at some magic place where everything I do is right and my thoughts are always on point. No. But my point is being aware of the fact that we make life a lot harder than it has to be. It's all about looking at life in a certain way that enables us to make decisions that's conducive to being able to navigate life in the best way, you know. And that goes just to what I'm saying, you know. Try not to be dwelling on the superficial things, material stuff, trends, you know. Notice how a lot of times people who are seen as geeks and smart people and lames, notice how these people in their earlier years, as time progressed, they are the Bill Gates. They are the guys that created Facebook. They are the Tyler Perrys. They are a lot of the people who are responsible for a lot of the largest companies that you see now, and a lot of the popular things that's going on. These people early in life may not have been so popular, but it was because they didn't worry about following behind trends that were established by someone else. They were who they were, and they focused on the things that was important to them, and they continued to develop themselves along that line until they just kept achieving. And you see what you see, you get what you got. Star is born in its own right, because now they are the trendsetters and setting the standard. That's what you're going to be, man. Every single one of y'all that listen to me ramble all the way to the end of this video, that's exactly what you're going to do. And I said that this is for my dudes, but as you can see, ladies, this very much so applies to you too. I guess the reason that I specifically